Hey guys, welcome back to Inking with Jay. This is your host Jay. So today we're going to be doing another drawing video today, and it's going to be of the eye. So using Clip Studio Paint again to do the drawing. This is just my take on what I go by when I draw an eye. So the little techniques that I use when drawing an eye, basically like a circle or a sphere, if you will. That's basically what an eye is. So today I'm going to show you a few drawings that I do when I draw an eye. And me particularly, I like to draw female eyes, but any eye that you like to draw it. But I have a video today on that. So how about we get into that video and take a look at my techniques on drawing an eye. Okay, let's go guys. Alright, so let's get started here. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new illustration. So we'll go to File, New, and this looks pretty good. 11x17, 300 resolution. Let's start. Alright. So basically, whenever you start drawing eyes, you want to start with like a basic circle. So I start off by drawing circles. And that's how I go about it when I start drawing an eye. But there's a lot of different ways to draw an eye. You don't necessarily have to start with a circle, but you know, just kind of start the basics of what an eye would look like. So for beginners, you know, probably start with a circle. So let's just draw a circle, get that started. And then what I like to do now is you pretty much want to find out where the top of the eyelid's going to be. And then after that, you can start working on the bottom of the eyelid. And from there, you can start making the indentions of where the eye would be to the section of the nose. And then on the other side of the eye, just close that section off if you want. And then start off by going to making the top of the eyelid, the hood of the eyelid. And going from there, once you get that going, for a point of reference, start making like an eyebrow. So once you have like your eyebrow, you kind of have your eyelid and your eye, you can kind of get an idea where to start to put the pupil or iris of the eye. And then go from there. So like I said, this is just a basic eye drawing. There's not really a lot of detail here. It's just kind of showing a form, you know, of the eye. And then from there, you can start to make like some eyelashes on the eye after you kind of got it already roughed out. And you know, just start making a few little details, you know, here and there. Yeah, some eyelashes. So like when making an eye, it doesn't take much to make, you know, the basic, you know, outlines of an eye. You know, just a few lines can really make an eye. Now there's different styles. You know, there's different styles of eyes that you can make. And me, I tend to stick with kind of like, not really cartoony, but kind of more of along the lines of just a stylized eye. You know, an eye that you can feel comfortable drawing, you know, time and time again, and you don't get tired of drawing it. And that's kind of basically what I do when I start to draw eyes. And it's always good to get a lot of point of reference on eyes and just start sketching a lot of different shapes and styles of an eye, like how you would want it to look. And then once you have an eye that you like, then you can start really practicing on drawing that eye more, and then you'll feel comfortable you know, drawing that particular version of the eye that's good for you. Um, because the thing is, like, whenever you start to draw like certain eyes, certain stylized eyes, there's going to be a version of the eye that you like the most, and you're like, oh man, this is the type of eye that I like to draw. Because for one, it's easy for you to draw that version of eye, and you start to get faster at it, and then you start to create your own style of what an eye should look like. And then once you have that version, then you can put that version of eye or stylized eye on your characters. Um, and then you can go from there, and then you can make any type of eye that you would like, uh, for your characters. And that's kind of basically what I like to do when I start drawing characters, and certain facial expressions for characters. You kind of need to get a particular style that you like, um, for your characters, and then once you have that style, then it's going to come natural to you. And then whenever you go to draw your eyes, it's going to be a whole lot faster when you draw your eyes than just trying to figure out what does an eye look like. And then once you have that version of eye that you like, or facial expressions that you like, then, like I said, it'll just come natural to you, and you won't really have to worry too much about spending too much time on how an eye would look, how an eye would look like. But like I said, you got to try different things that work for you. Um, Me, I try to, you know, well, like I draw a lot of comic characters. So for me, like drawing a lot of like stylized eyes for like comic characters and stuff like that, that for me comes a little natural than to draw like a realistic looking eye. It's not to say that you can't draw a realistic looking eye. You just need to take more time on it, and work on your lighting and your rendering. But if you're just doing like a basic concept of an eye, and you're trying to stylize an eye for like a character, that doesn't take much. Like I said, just a few lines will convey what an eye will look like. Just knowing where to put the lines, and then you can make an eye. It's very simple. It's a very, very, very simple process. Like I said, it doesn't really take much, um, to draw certain eyes and stuff like that. So from there, you can go and make, uh, just more random shapes, random eyes, uh, for certain characters. And here is just, I'm just doing a quick sketch of an eye, uh, that I would think like, oh, how would an eye look if it was kind of more of an open eye, and the lids are higher, uh, and then of course there you have like the eyebrows on top. Um, but when I tend to draw certain characters, especially like certain female characters, you know, you have a way how you want certain eyes to go, and see like right here, um, what I'm trying to show is like how would an eye look if it had some expression to it. So like you have an eyebrow coming down kind of hard over the top of the eyelid, and then you have the eye, and then you start drawing in the rest of that eye. So yeah, it's just certain ways. Once you, like I said, once you figure out like how an eye should look, you can start doing any kind of special expression that you would like for that particular eye, because you already know the shapes you're going to use already to create an eye. Um, but when going to make, like I said, certain like female characters, uh, you kind of want to try to push more. I would say for me, more on like eyelashes and on eyebrows, not as heavy, unless that's the particular look that you want for that character. Then go for those eyebrows. But few lines as possible with female eyes. Um, but like I said, kind of more on the eyelashes. Really express the eyelash on the female characters. Because on the female characters, you know, you kind of want to show those type of eyelashes compared to like a male character where you would have just um, a few basic eyelashes on there, or if none, there would be no eyelashes at all. It just depends on how you would want to uh, do that character for like a male character. Because on the character, like on male, when I draw male characters or like a hero type of character, I tend to draw no eyelashes on the eye, just basically the eye, the eyelid, the top of the eye, the eyebrow course, and then just start drawing the eye, because on the male characters, they don't really need much of an eyelash unless you want that. Unless you want to put an eyelash on the character, on the male character, you can. It's totally up to you. But me, I tend not to do it because I just save the eyelashes for like the female characters, because that's kind of where you can kind of show more expression, like through the eyes and the eyebrows and the eyelashes with the female characters. Um, so when making a female character eye, um, what I go about doing, because I'm just gonna draw the eye how I take it. I would start with the top, start making the eyebrow on top, and then start, you know, with the rest of the rest of the elements of the eye. So as we go here, in drawing the eye for a female character, so I would just draw the top of the eye, and then I will come down and then come over into the inside of the eye where the bridge of the nose would go. So once I get that going, and like I said, I just start with a few lines, not very many, just to kind of show where the eye is gonna be, and then I always, like I said, I always go next. I always go to the eyelashes of the character, because this is gonna be a female eye. And then depending on how you would want to draw the second eye on the other side of that particular character, here I'm going to go for a foreshortened look. So I'm going to tilt the eye, or the head. It would be like, actually the head would be tilting, and the character is going to be looking to the left. So I'm going to have her eye looking to the left. So I would start by drawing, like I said, the eyelash of the character, which is always kind of heavy. I go kind of heavy on the eyelashes, like just think of it like makeup, like a type of like makeup that like, you know, like a girl would wear, like, you know, I guess I would call it like a mascara or some kind of like makeup for the eyelashes to brush them up, you know. So these are the type of eyelashes that I kind of like lean towards more. But I mean, there's all kinds of eyelashes you can do. You can do a few strokes. You can just do like a very heavy eyelash. You know, just kind of a stylized eyelash like you would like, and then, you know, use that on your character, like when you're drawing the eye of your character, or in this case, a female character. Like I said, just a few eyelashes here and there. You know, just put those on top of there. And then once kind of I have the eyelashes in the place that I like, then, you know, you can start putting in the rest of the detail. I'm just gonna remove these eyelashes up here because we're not gonna need them. And then from there, I would go about thickening the eyelash, the top of the eye, because for me, I feel that the top of the eye on the female, it's kind of more, it's got that more feminine look, because like I said, it's kind of like a heavy makeup that's on her eye and her eyelashes. And for me, I like that look for female characters. Um, and then from there, I will start to draw the rest of the eye from the inside. So as we got the eye, then we can go on the inside. See, because the eye, yeah, that would be like the entire eye, and then inside would be the iris and the pupil of the eye. So that's what we're gonna start to draw. And like I said, I'm gonna have her looking um, to the left. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we'll draw the other side of that eye of that eyeball, the iris and the pupil on that side. And then once you kind of have the placement of the actual the pupil and iris of the eye, then you can start to put in a little bit of detail to kind of start to get the facial feature or the facial structure of the eye, and how your character is going to look. So once we have that, let's say we draw the pupil. There we go. Draw the other side. Not much. I kind of leave the top of it open, just to kind of have like a light, like there will be like a light on her eye, and then actually I draw like some highlights in there. And that's it. That just goes on how you're gonna put your lights. It's just up to you how you want to do that. There's no particular way in doing that. You just go about doing what you feel looks cool, like for your character, and where, like I said, placement where your lighting is at. And here, what I do is I try to use like a line of action, or like an action line, however you want to say it, and I use that to kind of like figure out how I want to place my my eyebrows on the character. So once I kind of have a good feel on how that eyebrow is going to look, I start to draw the eyebrows from off that line that I would make for the eyebrows. And like I said, this is just my technique. There's other ways of going about making the eyebrows. You don't necessarily have to use this technique. I just find it kind of simple to use it. It's just, like I said, this is just for a point of reference. This is not something that you don't have to use. I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to use it. Once you feel comfortable with how you have the shape of the eyebrow, then you can just figure out the placement of how you want to put the eyebrows. For right now, just for the sake of this video, this is good enough. Like the way it looks right here, kind of subtle. And then depending on how you want to have a facial expression of the actual character itself, then you can change the eyebrows. You can always change them up, down. She could be looking, kind of angry or whatever. Just do a little shading inside the eye to kind of give it a little depth. And then, like I said, we'll just do a kind of quick little face here. Give her a nose. Yeah, not much. It doesn't take much. For female characters, the thing is with the female characters, I find less is more when you do a female character. So the less lines you can convey to show expression or to show that character, that's better. It's just, to me, that's just kind of how it is with female characters. I feel like female characters are kind of more like the less line work you can do on them, the better. And the same thing goes with like the eyes. It doesn't take much for the eye. Like I said, on the female characters, you don't have to do much. And then if you really want to kind of like push a character, like sort of expression you wanna put on a character, just go for it. Then just go for it, and just play around with the shapes and see what you can come up with. That's the thing. Like just have fun with it. Don't think too much about it. Just kind of go for it. And then you'd be surprised what you come up with. You might create out of something that's just like abrupt. You might create a character that you really like, and you're like, oh man, I like this character. I'm gonna start drawing him like this, or I'm gonna start drawing her like this, and then you're like, oh man, that's an awesome character. And just from a few like line strokes, you can create a character that you really like, and you're like, oh man, this is cool. So like I said, just experiment and try different things that you would like to you know, make an eye or make a character's face. It's like I said, it's totally up to you. The thing is just to practice at it and figure out where you want to do those your line, you know, your line strokes for the character's eye. And then, like I said, I'll have some more drawings of some eyes of female characters, and we'll take a look at it right now as we speed through. I'll show you the approach that I take when I'm drawing a female eye.
Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed that video of the eye. I hope it gave you some pointers and some tips and tricks on how to draw an eye. That's, like I said, that's my take on drawing an eye. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, guys, be good, stay safe, mask up, and get out there and start drawing and inking some stuff up, okay? Alright guys, see y'all later. Bye.